Unang jump ball pa lang nahuli ang gusto. PBA basketball, binalihan ng gusto. Shoot, sabay sigaw, dribble tapos hataw. Hiya parang lindol, Pastor Peter ni Idol. Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang punch, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang action ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro. Solid ang laban, malupit ang galawan. Solid ang punch, malakas ang hiyawan. Ang action ay walang hinto. Sa solid na laro. Baba ang depensa, mabilis ang opensa.
Welcome to the beautiful city of Manila. Maaraw-araw, medyo maulan-ulan, pero kung kailangan niyo po ng masisilungan, punta na dito sa Nino Aquino Stadium as we bring you the continuation of the 50th season PBA Governor's Cup. At nasa bandang dulo na tayo ng first round of eliminations. Magtatagpo ngayon dito, the Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters and the Blackwater Bossing. Two teams coming off losses, and they're hoping to bounce back today. We thank you for joining us on RPTV. It's going to be a nice ball game between two teams eager to get back on the winning track. Instant bounce back. Yan ang hahanapin netong Phoenix at Blackwater. Again, we welcome you to this coverage. John Sulit here, together with Dominic Uy, and later to be joined by Miss Bel Gregorio. Hi, Dom. It's good to be working with you again.
Finally! Good these two teams. Obviously, natutuwa sila na maglalaro rin sila in today's ball game. Bakit? Yun nga, parehong koponan galing sa talo. Itong Phoenix coming off their first loss. And itong Blackwater naman, back-to-back ang kanilang pagkatalo. So they want to be able to bounce back and really get back into the winning ways. Kasi tingnan natin ang ating team standings. Itong team standings natin, Group B, itong dalawang koponan. Phoenix still at the head at 3-1. Blackwater at 2-2. You like the position right now, pero alam natin, this is only pretty much halfway the elimination round, gaya na nga ng sinabi mo, because both teams will play, everybody in Group B will play their group mates 2 times.
That's right. That's what makes this conference interesting. Now, if you guys are watching the Governor's Cup for the first time, yun po, well, later on, we'll tell you a little bit more about the format. But let's talk about Phoenix. In their previous game, like Dom mentioned, 3 straight wins. Yun ang naging simula nila here in the Governor's Cup. However, that streak ended in that loss against Rain or Shine.
Well, alam naman natin itong Rain or Shine also needing that win because prior to that game, 0-2 itong Rain or Shine. And You know, Rain or Shine played really well in that ball game. You look at the statistics right there. 47% from the field, 51 rebounds as compared to 45 bodies of Phoenix. Only 17 assists for Phoenix. And then yung points in the paint. Doon talaga na nagka-problema itong Phoenix. They allowed 56 points in the paint for Rain or Shine. And Rain or Shine right off the bat really seemed like they wanted that game at pinakita nila. They played them physical. And I really felt na nagka-problema ang Phoenix doon. Hindi sila naka-adjust, especially their import na si Johnson.
Well, you know, when you have a game like that and you suffer your first loss, the most important thing is to be able to get back up immediately. Hindi siya magtuloy-tuloy yung mga talo. And that's what Johnson will try to do here as he will try to tow Phoenix back on track. He has been very impressive in his short PBA stint thus far. Pero yun nga, mangyayarit mangyayari. Matatalo ka, mache-check ka. It's a matter of how you bounce back.
You look at the numbers, 27 points, 11 rebounds, 8 of 23, 2 steals. Di ba hindi masama yung numerong yun? But I really felt that he spent a lot of energy complaining to the referees because of the physicality na binigay sa kanya ng Rain or Shine. And you know, you're hoping if you're Coach Charles and the entire coaching staff na maka-adjust agad itong si Johnson. Dahil napakita doon na pag pinisikal siya, he will hesitate a little bit.
And yung nakakatakot dyan is Rain or Shine might have given other teams a blueprint on how to limit such a great import like BJ Johnson. But, of course, kung kalaban mo Phoenix, you still worry about a lot of locals. The Fuel Masters arguably the youngest team in the PBA, but there's no doubt about them having so much potential dahil yung mga young guys on their team are big names, are stars. Imagine naman si Perk, he's already a decade in the PBA. Hindi na siya part of the young guys, but he's still effective there with Phoenix.
Parang bata pa rin yung itsura
Diba?
ito si Jason Perkins. But look at his numbers right now. 14.8 points, 5 rebounds in about 35 minutes of action, 44% from the field. And the leading local scorer para dito sa Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters. And you love how he is doing that. He's undersized, pero alam mo, hindi mo matatawa dito kay Jason Perkins. Yung effort, kasi hindi lang siya pumupunto sa, he's also usually defending the import or the best big man of the opposing team.
Well, now let's talk about yun yung younger and newer faces of the Fuel Masters. I guess no name bigger than Richie Rivero because he has certainly taken this team by storm, taken the league by storm. However, Dom, yung magandang pinakita niya in the first 3 games, parang nalimitahan din siya pagdating dito sa laro kontra Rain or Shine.
I really felt the same thing like BJ Johnson. Itong si Richie Rivero, so talented. You know, when really good offensively. But hindi siya masyadong maganda ang naipakita ng larong yon. 4 points, only 1 of 6 from the field, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. Also, he was actually not able to finish that ball game dahil nga natawagan siya ng isang technical at isang unsportsmanlike foul, which led to his early ouster in that ball game. So if you're a guy like Richie Rivero, you're itching to bounce back dahil alam mo yung nagagawa mo, alam mo yung pwede mong gawin. And ever since Coach Charles took over, binigyan na siya basically ng freedom to be able to make this offense and really take that basketball whenever he wants to.
Yeah, well, for more on Phoenix, let's hear now from Ms. Bel Gregorio.
Kwento ni Assistant Coach John Jacinto na nung nag-viewing sila ng laro kontra Rain or Shine, Coach Charles threw their focus to how they would get emotional and easily reactive to calls. Admittedly, sabi mo nga, Dom, na hindi talaga sila naka-adjust sa physicality. At nung nawala na nga si Richie when he was thrown out, nailang na sila. That trickled down to allowing Rain or Shine 28 trips to the free throw line at yung patuloy nilang pinoproblema na turnovers as they committed 18. Ngayon, Phoenix intends to handle the pressure better, improve their control over the ball, and take a page of how Ginebra made the Barkley, Panopio, Ilagan, and Barefield uncomfortable. Jet and Dong.
Thank you so much, Bel. Depensa talaga yung tututukan natin dito for both teams because, again, they started out very well. Ito rin Blackwater daw, panalo rin in their first 2 games of the Governor's Cup. However, since then, they've lost their last 2.
Lost their last 2 prior to this blowout against Barangay Ginebra. 2 points lang ang talo nila sa Meralco. And this the game against Barangay Ginebra, I felt is something, an awakening for itong Blackwater and Coach Pat Aquino because that is a big disparity. That's a 30-point loss. 55 rebounds compared to just 39 for them. And then yung assist, difference is just too big. And also, the bench points. Alam naman natin itong Blackwater relies heavily dun sa kanilang starters. But you need to be able to get some points on the board even if your starters are not scoring. Yun ang challenge ngayon para dito kay Coach Pat Aquino.
Yan din mismo ang tututukan natin as we take on the story of Blackwater. You'll see here the numbers of Cantrell Barkley in just a bit, no? Cantrell Barkley has been a workhorse. He has been consistent. Kung titingnan mo lang yung numero, he finds a way to get his double-double every game. Pero makikita natin mamaya, yung efficiency niya from the field, yun yung medyo bumaba. And the plus-minus might surprise you, might not, dahil nga 30 yung panalo ng Barangay Ginebra in that game.
Well, their import obviously is solid. He's there to be able to put up the numbers. 26 points, 10 rebounds, 11 of 20 from the field. Again, good numbers, pero kinakailangan ng tulong. Even when you have a really good import, you need the locals to be able to help him out. Because even if you just give him that basketball, kinakailangan pumosisyon ka. Because later on, the defense will adjust and the other guys will need to score. And talking about the other guys like Sedrick Barefield.
And yun nga ang naging problema rin for Blackwater in that game because not only was their import quote-unquote limited dahil maganda pa rin niya yung naging numero ni Barkley, but it was the help around him that was really limited. And Sedrick Barefield, who had big games to start the conference, still finished with a decent 16 points, but you know he's capable of more.
Well, you look at his points, walang problema, di ba? 16 points, pero yung field goals, 6 of 20. You know that Barefield will take shots. But between Barefield and Barkley, that's already 40 attempts. That's half of the attempts of Blackwater. Tapos mababa yung field goal percentage. So talagang magkakaproblema. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, those are good numbers for Barefield and better than his first 3 games in terms of the assists. He needs to be able to involve his teammates to be able to win more consistently. Okay, maganda yung pinakita mo the first number of games, but you need the team to be able to continue that and ride that and make you guys less predictable.
And you know, for RK Ilagan, he started out this conference on fire. Perhaps the biggest reason kung bakit 2-0 yung simula nito Blackwater, pero bumaba rin yung numero niya in that game.
Grabe, di ba? Yung first 3 games na 20.7 points, 52% from the field, 2.3 assists and 1.7 steals. Against Barangay Ginebra, ang laki ng binaba, less than half yung kanyang scoring. And then 3 of 8 from the field, just 38%. And the 2 assists more or less par for the course para kay RK Ilagan. But you gotta credit Barangay Ginebra what they did. They played well offensively and defensively. They really limited itong Blackwater in the second and the third quarter.
And I guess that's something you expect, no? Maybe kaya ng Blackwater to bring something new, manggulat sa simula, but it's a matter of sustaining that kahit na naaaral ka na ng mga ibang mga teams. That also is what Tal Panopio is hoping to bring. Let's remember, this guy's a rookie, pero maganda na agad pinapakita.
Well, he's a rookie, but really a high-class rookie. Diba? Inaasahan talaga siya. That's why they drafted him so high. 15 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists para kay Panopio. We know that he injured his hand in the previous conference, and they're hoping that gumanda ng gumanda ang kanyang laro and be able to come up with a consistent, solid performances para sa Blackwater.
You look at Blackwater now and they have an abundance of talented guard. And you like that.
Yes.
Gusto mo na marami kang weapon, pero siguro yung...
But remember, isa ang bola.
Exact,
Right?
Diba?
Isang bola, may import ka pa. So you need to be able to find ways to get everybody involved. Kasi dadali ang buhay. You look at Barangay Ginebra. You look at San Miguel in their previous game. You look at Converge, how they're moving that basketball. Malakas ka na, lumalakas ka pa kasi 1 + 1 = 3.
Absolutely. And, well, here now is a big challenge for Phoenix and for Blackwater as both teams try to bounce back from previous losses. Phoenix nga, unang talo yun that they suffered in the conference against Rain or Shine. Blackwater naman, back-to-back na pagkakadapa. Now, they'll try to bounce back. And for us, we'll send it over to our Coliseum announcer to find out who's going to be starting for both teams.
And this is the Governor's Cup of your PBA 50. Our first game for today features the Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters versus the Blackwater Bossing. Let us now meet the starters first for the Phoenix Super LPG Fuel Masters. Point guard from San Fernando, La Union, number 19, Tyler Tio. Shooting guard from City of Ilagan, Isabela, number 25, Richie Rivero. Small forward from Rosario, La Union, number 20, Kenneth Tuffin. Power forward is the Fuel Masters reinforcement number 2, BJ Johnson. And at center from Ilocos Norte, number 1, Kai Balungay. Coaching the Fuel Masters is Charles Chu. It is now time to meet the starters for the Blackwater Bossing. Point guard from Tondo, Manila, number 0, RK Ilagan. Shooting guard from Batangas, number 2, Sedrick Barefield. Small forward from Cabuyao, Laguna, number 17, CJ Austria. Power forward is the Bossing's reinforcement, number 24, Kentrell Buitley. And at center from Siniloan, Laguna, number 1, a boot rider. Coaching the Bossing is Patrick Aquino. Game officials are Romel Gruta, Bing Oliva, Albert Nubla, and Jeff Tantay.
Whistleblowers for this game, Ruta, Oliva, Nubla, and Tantay, a veteran referee crew. And as for the players starting this ball game, Tio and Ilagan should be a matchup to watch out for in the backcourt. Pero siguro lalong-lalo na rin yung Rivero versus Barefield. Two Spitfire guards.
And both guys, you know, that can score kung anumang sitwasyon. Diba?
Oh yeah. At malamang sa kanila pupunta yung bola if their teams hinahanap talaga sila. Ball is up, game is on. Phoenix will get first control. What kind of pace are you expecting in this matchup?
Well, both teams like to push that basketball, right? Both teams are a team that, kumbaga, mas gusto nilang makapuntos. But Phoenix, the games that they've won, they've actually been able to limit their opponents. Number 1, actually nga sila pagdating sa depensa. Ito namang Blackwater, in the 2 games that they won, they only gave up 93 points. But in the 2 games that they lost, they gave up 115.
Yeah, that's why nabanggit namin kanina ni Dom. Depensa could be the key here in this game. I think we're seeing from a lot of teams here in the Governor's Cup, they have the ability to produce points.
Yes.
We saw a team score 149 points, may 132 a couple of nights ago. Mabilis din yung pace ng mga laro because mabibilis yung mga imports natin eh. They're guards or wings.
Oh, that's a 4-point shot. Alam mo, interesting also, Coach Charles Chu and Coach Patrick Aquino, magkasama yan before sa Xavier. Kasama mo pa si Coach T.Y. Tang.
Talented talaga. And have you noticed drastic changes in the systems of Blackwater and Phoenix? Just because, as RK Ilagan breaks the silence in this game, pareho kasing recently lang nag-step up as head coaches yan.
I think what they bring is not just the patterns offensively or defense, pero yung attitude coming into the ball game. You know, both these coaches are winners.
Yeah.
Right? And yun kaagad, mararamdaman mo that's what they're trying to instill, yung kultura, the culture that they want. Obviously, Coach Patrick, you know what, the winningest coach in women's basketball.
5 seasons na hindi.
Lang naman yatang talunin. Diba? Lang naman. Coach Charles winning numerous championships abroad. And yun na nga ang maganda dito kay Coach Charles, yung coaching style niya is really pang-professional. Right? He knows how to manage egos and build that culture. And you know, I really feel it's a matter of time him winning a championship in the PBA. And Coach Pat Aquino, ang tagal ng inaantay ng PBA to be able to get his coaching debut. And yun nga, nabigay na sa kanya last conference. At makikita mo yung improvement nitong Blackwater. And that, going back to that, the culture, right? First 2 games panalo. Okay. Diba? Everybody is happy. Biglang nagkasunod ka ng talo. Yung first loss nila against Malacca, 2 points. You know, okay. Nanalo tayo ng Koda. Pero biglang tinabakan ka ng Barangay Ginebra. All of a sudden, mapapaisip ka, nasa na ba talaga tayo? So if you're Coach Pat, you need to be able to arrest that.
Ganda nung tapos sa kabila ni Barkley. Tapos, sorry miss naman kay Johnson.
Diba, hindi pa pwedeng mawala yung kumpiyansa.
Yeah.
And that's one thing with these 2 coaches. They're very confident because they know what they bring to the table.
And I guess, as you take a look at this Austria, you know, walang takot. Oh. Even when he was wearing the green of LaSalle, alam na natin, buo ang dibdib nito ni CJ Austria. Bell, what do you have?
inilarawan ni Coach Pat ang kanilang talo, saying we hit a wall. Kasi daw nakulangan talaga siya sa depensa that allowed him never to shoot at a 53% clip from the field. Lumayo sila sa kanilang sistema that brought them wins at bumalik sa bad habits of playing one-on-one. Napansin din niya na yung assists nila have been going down. Sila nga ang pinakahuli dyan sa standings. And on defense na kanina yung pinapag-usapan, he wants the Bossing to be more physical and more committed. Jotindong.
Sometimes it's more than just complacency. It's just being able to understand that because you're winning, other teams are trying to figure you out.
That, and you have to realize, bakit ka ba nananalo? Alright? Eh, balikan natin yung barangay nila. They gave up 31 points in the first quarter, 31 points in the second quarter, and 34 in the third quarter. 96 points na agad yun in 36 minutes. Right? So, depends na talaga ang naging problema nung larong yun. And you cannot go back to that. Remember, prior to all of this, they were a team that was just basically trying to outscore the opponents. And that didn't really do well for them, right? You need to be able to play both ends of the floor.
And well, speaking of defense, that was what led to that layup mula kay Ilagan. Goaltending din yung tinawag kay Johnson. Johnson making his move against Tratter, steps back, well defended.
That's a really good defense by Tratter right there.
Tuffin, naka-address na yung kanina. Sapal ni Austria. Barkley looking to push.
I felt a little bit late yung pasang yun.
Baseline, baseline, baseline!
Wanted to set up.
You gotta remember, mas mabilis ang bola pag pinasa mo, right? Mas mahirap habulin ng depensa if you pass that basketball as compared to you're dribbling that basketball.
Oh, Phoenix will be on the defensive end still. Barkley. Labas kay Austria, who's been very active offensively dito sa simula ng laro. A foul called on Phoenix. That will send Kentrell Barkley to the line. So si Tuffin ang matatawagan dyan.
Balikan natin yung report ni Bell kanina, di ba? Yung sinabi ni Coach Ross, he felt that the team focused a lot on their emotions, meaning nagre-reklamo sila if they're not getting the call, or they felt na na-foul sila, or if they were called for a foul, they felt na hindi nila na-foul. So far, in the first few minutes of this ballgame, we haven't seen any of that.
What they'll always tell you is let the coaches do the complaining for you. But,
Correct.
I mean, honestly,
Alam mo yun.
because I never do that. I never let the coaches do it.
Inuunahan mo lang. Coach, ako na.
Di ba as a player, minsan mahirap, yes. I mean, everyone has emotion.
Alam mo, ang sinasabi natin is hindi naman, don't show emotion. What you need to do is to be able to keep those emotions in check.
Oh,
Di ba?
that's true.
Hindi ka pwede nagre-reklamo tapos hindi ka bababa sa depensa. Di ba? Because, ano na yun eh, kumbaga hindi mo na nga nakuha yung tira, magre-reklamo ka pa, na-shootan ka pa. Right? So, lalo na sa double black eye.
Yun, shootan ni Sedrick Barefield, yung depensa ng Phoenix. He's really one of the most talented one-on-one scorers.
But yun na nga eh, with that comes the responsibility, but also being able to get your teammates involved. I mean, for me, there are a number of people that magaling talaga one-on-one, right? And once they are able to get people involved, I mean, let's throwback. Guys like Mac Cardon, I mean, when he first came into the league, he wasn't passing that basketball, but later on, na-realize niya kinakailangan niya ikot yung bola to be able to get his teammates better, to make life easier.
Well, Austria doing damage underneath. Ito naman yung magandang galaw kanina ni Barefield. Blackwater rushing off to a strong start. They're up by 9 points. Thanks to plays like this. We have under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. We'll be right back.
Taking 5 shots from the outside. Now we're attacking. Now we're attacking.
Blackwater's been imposing their will early on in this game against the Phoenix Fuel Masters. Let's talk about some of the injured players on their side. After a successful knee arthroscopy, nakikita na natin si Christian David on the bench. He started his rehab yesterday and is taking things day by day, but they are targeting to have him back in 6 weeks after the FIBA window break if all goes well. Samantala, si Nick Demuses naman, he was unable to attend practice because of some chest pains after the Ginebra game, so he will be a game-time decision tonight. Gentlemen.
Oh, that's a couple of weapons na kakailanganin sana nitong Blackwater. Dahil yun yung mga bigs nila di ba? Players.
And the Muses is a guy that brings in a lot of energy.
Yeah. Right. Thanks for that report, Belle. We'll hear from her
Chest pains, ha?
later.
Ako rin, nagkakaroon ako ng chest pains, eh.
Ay, eto nga, si Balunga!
Pagkakita ka naman gano'n, taas tumalon, di ba? Si Ikaw kay help.
Eh, yun talaga. Lahat ng pain.
Isipin mo lang, nagka-chest pain ka kaya hindi ka naka-challenge.
Di ba? Uh-oh, Johnson with a clear path. He uses finesse. So great response of that timeout.
Definitely, that's definitely that timeout worked for Phoenix with back-to-back hits.
Ito yung nangyari. Off that timeout, a beautifully drawn play.
A little bit late yung help na yun. They need to be able to help a lot quicker para hindi makabuelo ito si Kai Balungay. Talking about Buelo, BJ Johnson, able to just soar up there, get the 2 points once again.
Coming right here. Nice. Make him go get the ball there. Clear? Anybody going here, anybody going baseline and getting that curl, you go get the snip here, let him go get the ball right there. Alright? And then we switch if ever we switch. Clear? Alright? Mali. Run game first play. Run game first play. Run the first play. Run the first play. Okay, run yung play natin na the new open. The new open.
All right, here Dom will have a chance to explain this a little bit further to our viewers.
So 2 groups, right? Group A, Group B. Each team will play their opponents twice. Top 4 will advance. So may Group A ka, yung A1 kalaban ng B4. So kung mag-top ka ng grupo, makakalaban mo yung supposed na pinakamahina dun sa kabilang grupo, which will be a best of 5 quarterfinals. So A2 versus B3, A3 versus B2, A4 versus B1. And then yung mananalo doon, pasok ka ng semifinals. And that's really how it is. So both, all the teams in the PBA will face their group mates twice. Yun ang importante. At mas lalong magiging importante pa yung quotient.
Yeah, that's right. And, I mean, we're talking about a best of 5 quarterfinals. It's been a while since we had that. So wala pong twice to beat advantage. And all teams will have to earn their slots in the quarters, in the semis, and the final.
And that's why napaka-importante na umabot ka. Kasi guaranteed ka in the quarterfinals. Minimum of 3 games.
Yeah, that's right.
Minimum of 3 games.
Blackwater has every intention to earn their slot. Kaya lang nakahuli doon si Barkley on the run of Phoenix. Dio with Austria to be, shies away from the attempt. Tuffin, that's a 3, it goes in.
Tuffin, back-to-back threes. He's really been able to knock down those threes this conference. You like that he's healthy. You like he plays both ends of the floor. And I really feel that he's a lot more aggressive.
About 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Barkley was fouled by Rivero, who was trying to deny him of that entry pass. Ito yung nangyari kanina para sa Phoenix.
Too easy, huh? Ever since that timeout, that's a 7-2 run in the past, what, 2 minutes?
Yeah. Napakabilis. And they're defending Barkley very well. Nakakuha dito ng rebound ng Phoenix. They're on the run again. Tuffin. Labas naman kay Johnson from deep. Wala yan. Now the pace is picking up for both teams. Rivero with a steal. And he's gonna take it home. Wow.
Parang pinahirapan pa niya, no?
Alam mo, naalala ko doon. Si Jason Richardson, nung nag-360 tapos na-block tuloy siya. Pero si Richie hindi papayag.
Eh, hindi kasi, kung nag-360, de back to where you started.
Oo nga.
Wow, what a slam dunk there by Richie Rivero.
That could get him fired up and possibly set him up for another big game. Malunggay sa labas. That misses. Morel pinasok na and he gets the board.
For
Panopio
Phoenix,
din.
for Phoenix, threes and dunks.
Yun
Diba?
yung mga previous
Punta
plays.
sila, Tuffin with 2 threes, and then we've seen, what? 2 dunks and an easy layup.
Panopio could not break the silence of Blackwater. Dio with a crossover and the finish.
Just first getting down itong Phoenix. Blackwater not able to defend that fast break. Good anticipation by Richie Rivero.
It's now an 11-2 run. Grabe naman yung salpak na yun ni Richie. Tyler Dio looking to complete the three-point play and give Phoenix the lead. By the way, we want to say congratulations dito kay Tyler. Recently got engaged.
Congratulations. Welcome to the club.
Oo nga.
Hindi pa.
Oh, but malapit to the parang step 1 into the club of married life.
You can get some tips from my friend over here.
Might not be the best source of tips. I try every day. So Phoenix, dun sa kanilang timeout, sa kanilang run after that timeout, tinawag ni Coach Charles, they suddenly are up by 1 point. Mamuya guarding Barefield. One of the peskiest defenders in the league. Morel off that spin. Layup doesn't go.
That's a good setup that time by Blackwater. Hindi lang pumasok.
Nagpalit din ng tao. Ito si Coach Charles. Johnson now sitting on the bench. Chua. Hand off to De Los Santos. They go cross-court to Mamuya.
Traveling.
And Coach Charles feels like hindi naman travel. But the call had been made.
You can see he does not agree with that call.
Baka siya nagturo kay Mamu ng move na yun.
Mare.
Kaya dinidefend niya.
Pero parang gumalaw yung left foot ni Mamu. After this pivot foot.
Ilagan. Sharing the floor right now with Panopio. So far what we're seeing, at least 2 of the 3 guards, Panopio, Barefield, and Ilagan, laging on the floor para kay Coach Patrick Aquino.
Well, you need scorers. You need to be able to put that ball inside that hoop.
If you were gonna define the reason kung bakit ang ganda nung start ng Blackwater, how they got off to 2 wins, what would you attribute it?
If you're looking at statistics, obviously the defense para dito sa Blackwater. But if you look at something you don't see on the stat sheet, I felt that magandang na-build nila in the previous conference. And once you're able to do that, you're able to prepare. You know, you're able now to be able to get those wins and basically trust each other, right? Rain or shine at Magnolia yung tinalo nila.
Yeah.
Hindi madali. Hindi biro yun. And remember, rain or shine, they beat by 25 points. I think that was parang return favor dun sa ginawa sa kanila in the previous conference.
Grabe,
Big
naman,
56, di ba?
Yeah,
56. But that win against Magnolia also, that was the big win for them. 89-81.
Minsan, coaches will tell you na kalimutan mo na yan kung tinambakan ka ng 56. But there are also some who will remind you.
Dapat maalala mo yun.
Oo. On the day na pwede kang bumawi, tandaan mo yung feeling nun at huwag na maulit. And
Kaya tayo, di ba, araw-araw natin tinatandaan si Magu
yeah,
para pambawi.
ayaw na natin maulit yung mga times na napagtripan tayo ni Magu. Jason Perkins at the line, evening up the count again. You look at the roster of Phoenix on paper. grabe yung potential.
Yes, young, very energetic, and you know, parang you just need to wait for them to mature and really play with each other. Parang nakita mo yung nangyari sa NLEX last conference. Parang yung Phoenix na yung kasunod niyan. And what Rain or Shine was, what, maybe a year ago or two?
Mamuya, the guy who came from Rain or Shine.
Travel again.
Second time na natawagan si Mamo ng traveling.
Hasn't been easy for Mamo ever since he moved. Ever since he got traded. Wala pa siyang big game.
Yeah, not like yung mga explosion niya dati para sa Rain or Shine. Nagte-30 yan.
Well, diba, syempre, ibang sistema din. Right? Even if you're the same player, looks will be different.
Here's Panopio. Bibigay sa ilalim. Kay Morel. Taken away by De Los Santos. And he's hacked by Ilagan.
Kala ko gagawin niya rin yung Richie Rivero eh.
Doon talaga tayo. Diretso yun sa top play of the week. Kung nagawa ni JL De Los Santos yun.
Pero hindi na pinayagan ni Ilagan eh. Inunahan na niya. But great anticipation by Phoenix.
You know, how many times have we seen that? Na nabasa nila yung passing lane dito sa first quarter, leading to previous times, easy attempt. Ngayon, he was fouled and misses that first free throw. That's their third steal here in the first quarter. That's now 5 points off turnover. So every time nakakaagaw itong Phoenix, it has resulted to something positive for them. Una. Babangga kay Chua. Step back. Jumper off the glass is good.
Yeah, you gotta love that confidence, taking Chua one-on-one.
Chua has been a force defensively. At marami nang dinaanan to. Also played for Blackwater before he took a break from the league. Diba?
Ang ganda ng attitude kasi nito si Justin Chua, diba? It doesn't matter. Diba? Naka-champion yan, diba?
That's true.
With TNT.
And remember what, I guess it was part of his journey back into the PBA. People were wondering, kinuha siya para sa Gilas Pilipinas eh. And then people were saying, do you realize may national team member tayo na wala man lang team sa PBA?
Yeah.
But after that, well, the calls, his phone kept ringing.
That and, you know, he's coming back from what, 2 injuries, 2 ACL injuries. This is just a testament to the work that he does.
I remember some of his most productive years playing for Meralco. Another deflection for Phoenix, pero hindi nila nakumpleto yung steal. We will stay on the side of Blackwater with 9 on the shot clock. Offensive foul on Una dun sa screen na sinet niya para kay Ilagan. A little too aggressive yung pick. See it here again.
Gumagalaw eh.
Hinabol niya, no?
Yep.
Mamuya. Now it's De Los Santos to Chua. Ang daming nasa ilalim. Huli ni Morel.
Nakuyog dun si Justin Chua eh.
James Una finishes with the left hand.
He needed that para mabawi yung natawag sa kanyang offensive foul.
Look at the defense here, Tom, of Blackwater. Those little bumps, yung mga tapik na ganyan leading to a steal. Morel on the move. Had to step on the brakes. Ilagan, nag-iba rin ng decision mid-air. He's waving off the screen. Arcade with a couple of seconds left. Panopio ran out of time, but Blackwater still did enough to take a 2-point lead after the first quarter.
Well, you like how Blackwater started out the quarter. That was what, 14-5 for Blackwater. Then nakabalik itong Phoenix, but in the end, Blackwater regaining control of this quarter.
Get that ball! Get that ball!
Fuel Masters successfully caught up with the Bossing in the first quarter. After the first 12 minutes, the Bossing are up by 2, 22, Phoenix 20. We know how Richie Rivero enters the court with a certain swag and aura. He doesn't back down and wouldn't agree to being pushed around. But for him, not to the point of ejection. Kaya nung na-eject daw siya kontra Rainer Shine, medyo nagulat daw siya. Imbes na panoorin ng laro, inulit-ulit niya yung mga fouls that kicked him off the court. Obviously, he doesn't want to dwell on it, but he really is taking it upon himself na makabawi. Usually, he does his extra work alone, but since that game, he has been doing more work in practice to atone for what just happened and show his teammates that he's not taking it lightly. Gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Bel. I think it's extra important, Tom, yung mga ganyan, yung making sure na parang napapakita mo sa teammates mo that you're one with them. For a young team like Phoenix, lalo na, these are stars in their respective schools in college or previous teams they played for bago sila nag-Phoenix.
And guys are jockeying for position to be the number 1 guy or number 2 guy, right? And para mapansin ka ng coach mo, be able to be given that trust and confidence.
And that's why it resonated with me yung kaninang isang sinabi mo about Coach Charles Chi, someone who knows how to manage egos, having coached big names in international competitions.
At hindi lang locals, diba?
Yes.
Pati mga import.
We're talking about former NBA players, diba? Samantala, ito si Barefield. Defended well by Mumuyak. Mamu with Ilagan to beat. Finishes through the foul.
Yan ang classic Gian Mamuyak move. After that bump, umupo muna and making sure he got that 2 points. And hindi maganda yung simula niya, di ba? 2 traveling violations and then now he needed this.
At yan ang ating play of the half brought to you by Sports Plus. Mamu absorbing the bump and looking to complete a 3-point play. The trade that shocked the entire PBA community, fans and even some players, some coaches, nagulat nung nalaman nila. The former team captain, actually incumbent team captain of Rainer Shine, when he was traded to Phoenix. I don't think you see that often. And perhaps the last one, that's a 3 from Barkley that could get Blackwater's import going dahil he only was 2 of 6 from the field bago pumasok yun. That was a good setup from Panopio. Understanding where his import was gonna be. Pero sabi mo nga, ito yung Mamong kilala natin. Yung nakikita may pagkakataong dumiretso, whether it's for a basket or draw a foul, he's just gonna go.
Well, John, let's look at the first quarter statistics. 32% lang ang Phoenix from the field, but they had 8 fast break points. Phoenix only averages 14 fast break points in an entire ball game. And then Blackwater gave up 8 right away. Pero itong Blackwater naman, paano ba sila nakalamang ng 22 to 20 in that quarter? They shot 50% from the field, 59% from the 2-point area. Both teams with 4 turnovers.
Yeah, so yun talaga. I think what we saw in that first quarter, Dom, yung run ng Blackwater. Sorry, the Phoenix muna.
Blackwater muna.
Blackwater muna. It was anchored on their defense.
Couple of steals. 14 to 5, diba? 14 to 5
that's right. Ganun din yung habang ng Phoenix. Diba? Kaya lagi tayo nakaka-fast break. We saw that layup from BJ Johnson, that dunk from Rivero, that
Tyler Teo.
yeah, yung you were hoping na dunk ni JL De Los Santos.
Kahit naman reverse. May have na reverse.
That's a 3, by the way, from the corner.
Kasi ano yun, yung pwede mong gayahin as mere mortals. Yung kay Richie hindi.
Dati nga, nung onti pa lang yung mga Pinoy na dumadatak, top ring lang.
Oo. Hindi nga eh. Papulma lang yung top board eh.
Palakasan na lang ng top.
Eh, pag naglalaro ka na sa medyo mas magagandang mga court, wala nang tunog yan eh. Big fiberglass. Masakit na lang sa kamay.
I mean, you look at the kids right now, di ba? And we're not even talking about the kids who are in playing for their schools. Even in villages, makikita ka, bigla na lang may dadak na bata. It's
lumalaki.
different time.
Everybody is getting bigger, but at the same time, more athletic. And everybody now can see on social media or on the internet ways to improve, diba? Strength and conditioning. These are things that really have definitely become more accessible.
Well, speaking of strength, Kentrell Barkley has no shortage of that. Inatake niya yung depensa. Grabe nga yung banggaan nila ni Perkins.
He's got 9 points in total, 4 in the first quarter.
Remember how this guy started off his PBA career with a triple-double.
Sa pangalan pa lang, nakakatakot niya.
Totoo. Alam mong rebound, re-rebound at re-rebound.
Laki pa ng katawan.
And he's able to do so many things on the court. He's got 10 points and 6 rebounds. Malamang-lamang. Double-double na naman yan by the time this game ends. But whatever stat line he ends up with, ang sigurado tayo, he wants that to come with a win. Here's Phoenix. Brian Santos now on the floor. Perkins gustong umatake. And Perkins nakabawi doon kay Barkley.
Talk about strength. Jason Perkins using his upper body strength to be able to get that 2 points. And then, kita mo, nakapunto sa kabila. Pagdating dito sa kabila, nakastop naman. Import pa ang dinipensahan.
He used to be hefty lefty, di ba? Pero now he's the lean lefty. He's attacking again. Na-stop din siya and was very upset. Felt na na-foul siya. Ilagan on the other side. And Ilagan, I don't think he realizes he's just 5'9".
Oh, wala. Iba ang point of view niya.
Nasabi sa kanya, 6'5" siya at mula nun, yun yung paniniwala niya. That guy just plays big. Perkins, gustong makabawi. He felt that he was fouled in the previous play. There's that help. Perk. Binti sa una on the second try. It goes in, but he's fired up.
But I like how, yes, he did complain, but he didn't stop playing.
In fact, mas gigil pa. Dito sa depensa, Barefield looking to attack. They're letting them play right now. Maraming mga banggaan, but on both ends naman, we're seeing it as Escandor lays that one in.
A good pass that time by Rivero. Escandor now with 5 points in the ballgame.
Hindi naghihiwalay itong Blackwater at Phoenix.
Ang bilis ni RK, and he's so solid, hindi mo pwedeng basta-basta banggain eh. He's got control when he has that basketball.
RK Ilagan, what a story. Noong April, he returned early from a knee injury. And minadali niya, aminado naman siya. So he got hurt again. Pero ngayon, looking like healthy na. Escandor also getting his share of production.
I don't think he initially hindi niya in-expect yung pasang yun galing dito kay Richie Rivero. But able to recover.
RK Ilagan was named the very first PBA Press Corps Player of the Week dito sa Governor's Cup. First game pa lang yun eh, kasi opening week they only had 1 game. Then followed it up with another strong performance dun sa panalo rin nila.
Diba yung first 3 games, 21 points ng average. Ito si RK Ilagan.
Napigilan doon ni Tio. Barkley losing that. Picked up by Phoenix. You can feel the intensity rising and tension building.
Gotta give up that basketball.
Escandor. Nilawa yung layup niya. Barkley, inarangan ni Rivero. Blackwater will go back to their import. KB shoots a 3, gets his own miss, goes straight to the top for the putback.
He's also a man on a mission right now. 13 points in the ballgame, leading all scorers.
Kita mo rin condition na condition eh. Yeah, Barkley. I think he can play all 48 minutes if you ask him.
Oo, tingin ko.
I'm quite curious din dito sa rotation of Phoenix. Johnson has been on the bench for stretches of this first half. Kung may iniinda or it's just a matter of Coach Charles's rotation. Rather, going baseline against Santos. Iwan kay Barefield. Austria will coast to the rim and score.
He's been aggressive also, even at the start of this ball game.
And we talked about the pace we expect in this game. Ito na, it's picking up.
Pero nakikita natin, madaming mga layup. But the teams need to be able to challenge those layups.
Alam mo kung sino pinaka-kawawa sa ganito nabilis? Yung Coliseum announcer natin.
Ayo. Alam mo sino kawawa? Yung mga ref. Takbo rin sila. Takbo.
Oh, yeah. Look at this move from Barefield. He's just so deadly off the dribble. Can do so many things. That time, he drained an outside shot and put Blackwater up by 4.
Hey, come on, Abu! That's the only thing Sedrick is gonna do. He's gonna go to the left all the time. Gotta make that fucking stop, okay? Hey, we gotta make more. No more complaining. Stay composed. We gotta get back. We can run. Okay? Stop complaining. I'll do that job. Okay? Hey, as much as possible so you don't get tired.
Last game, Gnibber wanted the game more than us. They came out on fire. We didn't make the right adjustments, and I feel like we was a step slow on everything. The rotation wasn't there. We wasn't making the right shots on offense, and they just played harder than us at the end of the day. But tonight, we just got to come out ready to play, be aggressive on defense, make the right plays on offense, and the rest will take care of itself.
Sometimes you have to trust your talent na lang rin and your ability to rise back when adversity hits. Before we talk more about that, balikan natin si Ben.
KB said he was very uncomfortable. Talagang nailang siya sa depensa ng Ginebra and how they would clog the paint, taking away his downhill attacks. But sabi mo nga, Jot, no, he stays positive and says that it's up to him to have a quick turnaround and learn how to move on right away because his teammates are looking up to him, so he must set a standard on how to also pick himself up after a loss. Back to you.
I like that attitude kasi he's taking accountability and responsibility dun sa role niya dito sa kanyang koponan. And, you know, end of the day, he realizes also that they were a step slow, did not make the right place. And it's all about being the leader, especially if you're an import.
That's right. And I think yun yung nakikita natin dito kay Barkley. The reason why Blackwater has found success. He's not just someone who's about his own business. He looks after his own teammates as well. Yun nga, he mops up the mess. Gives Blackwater a 5-point lead. By the way, double-double na yan, Dom.
Ganun lang, ano?
Oo, simple lang eh, no? Rivero. Making his move na bitawan yung bola. He's upset about that. Barefield. Mendoza pumasok na rin para kay Coach Pat. Here's Sedrick. Stops on a dime. Three-pointer, wala. After the rebound, Barkley again. He's been unstoppable.
You like the teamwork there. Getting that rebound, itong si Abu, and then giving up that basketball to their import. And that's why they're up by 7 points now.
17 para sa kanilang import na si Kentrell Barkley. Rivero looking to take over offensively para sa Phoenix. Was able to fish for a foul.
Well, they're trying to really bump itong si Richie Rivero. Ang dami kasing galaw ni Richie. So kailangan talaga, you know, you need to be able to use your body and slow him down and put him in a more awkward position.
Sa dami at sa ganda ng mga galaw ni Richie, he's young, pero ang dami ng may generation after him na sinusubok i-master din yung the Richie step. Parang he has his own version of that Pinoy step, di ba?
Tsaka meron siya talagang fake na tinataas niya yung bola.
Iba yung timing eh. There's something with Richie's move that really throws defenders.
Alam mo, kahit na gawin ng ibang tao yun, pero kung alam mo naman, kahit na i-fake pataas hindi kaya. Kunyari, si Magong gumawa ng move na yun, hindi ka naman ma-fake eh. Di ba?
Grabe ka naman, si Magu pa rin yung naisip mo example dun.
Oo.
Humihingi nga ng alip yun si Magu eh.
alam mo, hindi ko naman kinagagalitan si Maguna humihingi ng alley-oop. Ang may problema yung pumasa ng bola.
Tama naman. Ako yun. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Barefield. Si Sedrick, he's also been looking to get more aggressive offensively, pero
Well, sometimes the ball takes a little bit too long in his hands.
there was a bump. That's called on Barefield. Miss on one end, a foul on the other para kay Sedrick, and that's going to be 2 free throws for Johnson. BJ Johnson, he's been quiet. 2 points only. Eh, kahit yung rebounds, tatatlo pa lang.
Layup yun, 2 points na, that fast break.
Yes. Oo nga, no, yung pang talagang walang kabantay-bantay.
But in the second quarter, it's been Perkins with 8, Mamuyak with 5, Escandor also helping with 5, and Tio and Chua as well.
And I guess Johnson is lucky na his locals have been picking up after him, but he's gonna need to step up. Kailanganin siya dito ng Phoenix. Tratter not minding the defense of Johnson nor Tio.
You want to reward your big man because he's been working hard defensively.
Good intention for Rivero, pero handa yung defense in the Blackwater. Johnson will try again from deep. Still unable to get any. Barkley looking to attack Tuffin. The spin to the left. Napigilan doon.
Look at him work hard for that basketball.
And Rivero collects it. He's trying to go up against 2 white shirts. A foul. Hold on Austria. Parang di nagustuhan ni Richie yung hampas doon ni CJ. And they're gonna review that foul.
Well, he was going for that basketball. Ang problema na layo ni Richie talaga at tinamaan yung kamay.
I'm also wondering kung may foul na ba dun sa unang bang.
Meron na dapat.
So kung may pito na dun, baka it was a swipe after the whistle.
So that's the question.
For Phoenix right now, they're still in a good position to. Na kahit na BJ Johnson isn't having the best game yet. They're only down by 6 points with 3 minutes left in the first half.
And usually, di ba ang sinasabi, pag matagal ang review ng ating mga referees, may mas matinding announcement.
Oo, baka may pagbabago dun sa unang tinawag on the floor. There's a discussion here between our officials and our technical committee.
Upon review, it was a pushing foul on number 17, CJ Austria. That's his first personal foul, 15th foul for the Bossing.
So upon review, they did not see anything that needed to upgrade, that merited an upgrade on that foul. Ito, perhaps dun yung bangga. Okay rin lang naman yung ating mga players. So, Richie missing that first free throw though.
So that was a foul on the bump.
On the bump.
On the bump. So yun yung una. But since tuloy-tuloy, pagka ikaw yung defender, hindi ka rin sure kung natawagan na ng foul, he went for that basketball. Now, if he went for maybe the face, then that would be different.
Tsaka kasi kung I'm thinking din, what if na-lay up na ipasok ni Richie?
Hindi, tsaka hindi. Baka hindi ko matawagan na foul yung bump. Hindi mo naman maririnig yun eh. So you're just focused on stopping him first. Right? Kung hindi tinawagan, di kung maka-layup siya, di problema, di ba?
Ito na naman yung dalawa, Austria versus Rivero.
Offensive foul.
Offensive foul on number 17, CJ Austria.
So dalawang foul na yan, na-draw ni Richie kay Austria. One on the defensive end, tapos ito. Ayun, ginamit yung left arm. Create space. We have a timeout on the floor. We still have 2:39 left in the first half. We'll be back. outside the Ninoy Aquino Stadium for the continuation of the Governor's Cup in the 50th season of the PBA. John Sulit pa rin po with Dominic Uy and Miss Bel Gregorio bringing you the action here on RPTV. Sedrick Barefield and Blackwater up by 5 right now.
Well, Blackwater doing a good job of keeping itong Phoenix at bay. Kita natin maganda ang kanilang simula, bumalik itong Phoenix, and then Blackwater regaining control. And we mentioned also for Blackwater, kinakailangan, di ba may katulong yung kanilang import so far. Ilagan with 11 points, Panopio with 7, and Austria with 6.
Dito naman sa Phoenix, it's been mostly the locals kasi hindi pa gaano nag-iingay yung kanilang import na si BJ Johnson. Tuffin bumps into Austria. No whistle on that collision. Nakuha naman ni Johnson. Tuffin will try again from deep. Missing that one. Blackwater. They're spreading the floor. Rather trying to free up Barefield dun sa kanto. And that's exactly where the ball goes. Mintis lang yung tira ni Barefield.
Mendoza will be called for that foul, reaching in.
Early on though, I remember what you said in the first quarter na parang both teams were locked in, di gaano nagre-reklamo dun sa mga tao. Ngayon, dumadalas na because, I mean, this game has stayed close throughout. Eh, makikita niyo yung mga emosyon. It's starting to flow. Balik si Ilagan, upo muna si Mendoza. Again, Johnson. Right now, only with 5 points. Tatlo pa doon, galing sa free throw line.
At saka you could see, diba? He's not really forcing any.
Yeah. And again, he's already sat for just a little under 10 minutes of this first half. Barkley. Not with the hands. That's what Mambuyak does. Johnson with a slam to finish the fast break.
Muntik pa yun, ha?
Exactly. Pero ang bilis ng bawi ng Blackwater.
So that's the thing with Blackwater. Kahit makashoot ka or what, they're gonna push that basketball and try to get it back right away.
Here's Johnson again. Let's see if he gets fired up. Perkins wants it against Barefield.
Good look.
He was demanding that basketball. Dahil talagang he felt he had advantage against the smaller Sedrick. Look at this dunk. Muntik pa ma-front rim. But the 2 field goals that Johnson has had in this game, parehong fast break pa.
Yes. And you're waiting for something spectacular. Yung una, layup. And the second one, I mean, hey, I'm not saying it wasn't a spectacular shot, but di ba yung rim rattler yung inaasahan mo? But I'm sure he's more than happy na pumasok yung tirang yun. May have wanted, maybe pulled it down a little bit too much.
Look at RK Ilagan. Alam mo, ito talaga, he's one of the best rebounders na maybe under 6 feet we've seen in the PBA. Barefield got the defender up in the sky. Johnson also showing his leaping ability.
Being a lot more active with the boards.
Ito na si BJ Johnson. Pouring on the points here in the second. And like they did in the first quarter, nung nag-establish ng lamang doon itong Blackwater, Phoenix came rallying back and within 1.
6-2 run by Phoenix in the last 2 minutes. A little less than 2 minutes of playing time dito sa ating second quarter. Kaya napilitan naman tumawag ng timeout ulit.
The next 3 games of Blackwater, back-to-back sa Phoenix ang kalaban nila.
Next weekend.
Oh, hindi matagal yung aantay natin for that rematch. And then, they get a chance at vengeance against Barangay Ginebra bago nila kalabanin yung Magnolia. And you're gonna see
Long break after that.
a month-long gap between the last 2 games there. Kasi nga po, magbe-break tayo dito sa ating Governor's Cup. Making way for the Gilas Pilipinas window and the Asian Games. So bear with us.
So they will have 7 games before the break. Diba? 2-2 sila ngayon.
O, pang-5 na ito ng ano eh.
Pang-5 nila. So they could be 5-2. Right?
Yeah, they could
Be
be.
5-2 before
That's
the
the
break.
best scenario
Yeah.
for them right now. Ilagan. Grabe yung respeto na kay Ilagan. Mamuyak na yung nilalagay sa kanya. He's been the best local scorer for Blackwater right now. Barkley is fouled. May fouls to give naman itong Phoenix.
Holding foul on number 3, Jason Perkins. That's his first personal foul. Third team foul for the UMSers.
Perkins said, I meant to do that. Alam ko meron pa kaming 3 foul to give. They have 2 more after this. Dahil po wala na tayo ngayon ng 2 fouls in the last 2 minutes. Barkley kontra kay Rivero. Making his move. There's that foul. Given up by Richie.
Foul on number 25, Lucci Rivero.
That's number 2.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul for the UMSers. 14 seconds to shoot.
Mahaba pa yung pagitan eh dito sa shot clock and game clock. There's 8 seconds separating those. Barkley. Going against Perkins this time. Cantrell missing. Austria on the putback. Wala rin.
Lot of time for Phoenix.
Mamuya. Naglapitin pa.
We talk about fast break points for Phoenix. I mean, they had 8 in the first quarter. And let's see what they will have at the end of the first 24 minutes. But they've definitely made their run when they're pushing that basketball, when they're getting and beating down itong Blackwater on the fast break.
Look at this. They got the stop. Tumakbo. We've been saying this. This is the Gian Mamuyak we know. And he drilled that layup, Dom, just in time to give Phoenix a 1-point lead heading into the halftime break. But we have to talk about what Perkins has done here.
Well, we talk about Jason Perkins, him being able to play both ends of the floor. He can post up, he can face the basket, he is strong, he can take the contact, getting that offensive rebound. Remember, prior to that, ang pakiramdam niya, na-foul siya, did not stop playing basketball, continued on, became, and was even more aggressive in the end. Jason Perkins helping his team get back into this ballgame.
inside the Nino Aquino Stadium kung saan lamang ang Phoenix Fuel Masters by a single point over the Blackwater Bossing. We thank you for joining us on RPTV. John Sulit po with Dominic Puy and Bel Gregorio bring you the action of the 50th season Governor's Cup. Dom, it's been a very close game. Wala talaga naghihiwalay dito sa dalawa.
Ang maganda dito, it's been a game of runs and we can see what the both teams are doing well. One team able to play and play those passing lanes, get those steals and be able to go on the fast break. On the other hand, you know, when you're able to put the ball in the hoop, then obviously it's a good thing. Blackwater, nakita natin, 49% from the field, 23 to 47, 44 para dito sa Phoenix. Assists, ito talaga ang weakness ng itong dalawang koponan. Phoenix with 11 assists, 10 for Blackwater. Fast break points, ito yung sinasabi natin. Phoenix able to get 22 of the 54 points nanggaling sa fast break. Bench points as well para dito sa Phoenix. The guys coming off the bench were able to help out and really put the points on the board. Kaya naman nakuha na nila ang kalamangan. Only 11 points for Blackwater coming from the bench. And we know they rely heavily on their starters, but the other guys need to be able to help out.
Yung kagandaan dito sa larong to, we're seeing the local shine as well. You see Perkins is actually the leading scorer para sa Phoenix. Hindi rin naman nagkukulang ng suporta para kay Kendra Barkley.
At ito nga, Jason Perkins coming off the bench, 11 points for him. And then you like for Blackwater, you know that Barkley will be able to get his points. KB with 17, Ilagan with 11 para dito sa Blackwater Bossing.
That's right. And we're gonna see kung sino pa ang kayang mag-shine here in the second half. But also, those two imports, lalo na siguro si Johnson para sa Phoenix, who only has 9 points. And it was very late in that second quarter kung saan medyo nagsunod-sunod na yung scoring niya.
And John, look at the field goals, right? The field goals, 49% para dito sa Blackwater. Pero 5 of 7 lang sila from the free throw line. When I say 5 of 7 lang, the percentage is okay, right? 71%. Pero only 7 attempts. Pagdating dito sa Phoenix, 18 attempts, making 13. So they've made 8 more points from the free throw line. And also that means even if they isolate itong Phoenix, they're able to get to the basket, closer to the basket, and that they get to the line with the foul. Ito namang Blackwater, if they start missing their shots, malaking problema kasi there are really a lot more of the jumpers, jump shots, rather than getting fouled and going to the line.
Well, when you talk about outside shooting, hindi nyo po nakita yun doon sa stats natin because neither team has really gotten much from beyond the arc or beyond the arcs. Ang 3-point shooting natin, 3 of 14 lang para sa Phoenix. Tapos yung Blackwater, just 2 of 8. So, buckets have really come near the basket. BJ Johnson led Phoenix to a 3-0 start dito sa Governor's Cup in his very first stint in the PBA. Kaso natisod sila in their last game against Rain or Shine. And now they're hoping that they can get back on the right track. Jason Perkins, of course, helping them do that.
Blackwater getting 36 points in the paint. 32 naman para dito sa Phoenix.
Kanina sabi natin si Barkley siguro matatapos na naman yan with a double-double. Aba, first half pa lang, 17-14 na. Already a big-time performance for him. Yung masakit lang siguro the 4 turnovers.
Yes.
Rivero. The best of spacing. Iniwan kay Balungay. Rebound by Barkley. 15 rebounds for him.
Parang fresh na fresh pa rin eh.
O nga eh, like we said earlier, sobrang kondisyon.
Kaya ng 48 minutes eh. Well, he's played 21 of the 24.
Barefield.
Pagdating naman dito kay Johnson, 14 minutes of the 24.
Diba?
So pretty well rested, right?
So I'm really curious because, well, Johnson has no fouls yet. So it really is just the decision of Phoenix to have him spend a little extra time on the bench. Manggaan sa ilalim mo kang
Matabaan itong si
Rich.
Rivero. Doon sa rebound.
Na-chop yata si Richie sa bandang lalamunan. Actually, parang siya yung tumalon pa po sa arm.
Kaya naman yun yung tawag ng referee.
Inadvertent collision, but hindi porket hindi sadya, ibig sabihin hindi masakit.
Oo. Kahit ikaw may kasalanan, hindi naman ibig sabihin nun hindi masakit.
Ilagan. Barefield. Now it's Barkley with a couple of seconds to go. Kentrell with a three-pointer to beat the shot clock.
He's definitely putting the points on the board. A little step back three.
Barkley na apelido mo, tapos KB ka, 24 pa number mo.
Tsaka wala pa nakita ng Barkley na kaya.
Actually, no?
Diba? Charles Barkley. Kahit nga si Barkley, ebon niya, hindi naman payat eh.
Malapad din. Eto, malakas. Jason Perkins. Gustong bumawi kasi siya'y natirahan ng tres. They've been at it since the first half, Dom.
And that's one thing about Jason Perkins. He will not back down. Just remembering mga battles niya with Jumar Fajardo. He's giving up a lot in weight and size, pero walang problema. He will not give up in terms of effort and spirit.
Well, we were talking about Perkins, no, already another rebound and put back for Barkley. Already a vet in the PBA, and I think we tend to forget na, remember that Pilas draft back in 2016? 2016 na yun doon, oh. Yung batch nila.
10 taon na.
Nila RR Pugoy, nila Scotty. Grabe. Oh, was Scotty part of that? I'll have to double check. But yeah, RR Pugoy, I'm sure. Seramer.
Parang si Scotty hindi yata.
Baka. Might have been a different time yun. Here's Rivero. It's Perkins now. Against Barkley again. Perk, fall away, jumper over Barkley.
He's got 16 points in the game.
He's been feeling it. Tama yung sinabi mo, he responded well dun sa feeling niya were calls that didn't go his favor.
Yeah.
Instead of pagreklamo, used it as fire, but trapped her underneath. Tio, sinusukat yung depensa. No reset. It's a three-point game. Blackwater up. Tyler bumps into Tratter. Or actually forced Tratter to bump him. And this gives us a chance to check in with Bell.
18 free throw attempts and 22 fast break points for Phoenix in the first half, which was why as soon as Coach Pat entered the dugout, the first thing he said was, we need to tighten up our defense. He also flagged how their 8 turnovers fueled Phoenix's points in transition with a 22-7 first half disparity. Meanwhile, according to assistant coach John Jacinto, they want to box Barkley out more. He's been a handful with his 14 rebounds, 5 offensive ones. Ang gusto naman niya lang ipagpatuloy yung kanilang focus on defensive stops that allow them to run. Gentlemen.
Thank you, Bell. Sabi nga natin, hindi nag-iiwalay itong dalawang teams na to since the tip-off. And it could be a matter of who will make the right adjustments dito sa second half in terms of who can pull away and really erect a significant lead. Perkins, Tratter, ang pumarang sa kanya, and still no problem for Perk. What a game this is for Perk.
Ang maganda dito, both teams, diba, sinabi natin, bounce back para din sa dalawang kupunan. Remember, Phoenix 3-1 right now, but coming off a loss against Rain or Shine. Ito naman Blackwater, back-to-back losses kalaban ng Barangay Nebra and Meralco. They're at 2-2.
Good effort by Rivero and Johnson. Nakuha na ng rebound si Tratter, and parang Abu might have given up a foul to stop transition, and I think our referees will review kung unsportsmanlike yan. So wala na po tayong transition take. Yung mga fouls na ganyan will all be categorized under unsportsmanlike foul. And then yung isa pang mabigat, Dom, hindi na pwede mag-challenge ng foul.
Yes.
Yung presence or absence of a foul, hindi na pwede challenge. You can only challenge to upgrade or downgrade.
Kaya wala
Upon
naman siyang
review,
challenge.
it was an unsportsmanlike foul on number 1, Abu Tratter.
Oh, remember, Richie Rivero in their previous game had one unsportsmanlike foul and a technical foul, and that was it for him in that ball game. So Trotter needs to be careful.
Yeah, kasi dati rin, meron tayong may time that we introduced in the PBA, it actually took maybe a combination of 3, di ba?
Yep.
Maybe 2 technicals, 1 flagrant, or a couple of 2.
Sayang, no? Sakto sa'yo yun.
Tatlo, sada na, di ba?
Tapos, pwede ba unlimited yung fouls?
Kahit ano lang, one game lang.
Or pwede ba 3 per quarter?
Pero yun nga po, of course, all of this, hindi naman to, just a PBA decision. This is actually the PBA support for our national team. Para mas madali masanay yung mga players sa FIBA rules. Austria fouls Balungay before the shot attempt. And CJ is upset kasi it wasn't even supposed to be him. Nandun, defending Kai. Parang nagkaroon ng miscommunication sa defense ng Blackwater.
Yes.
There's 8 minutes still in the third quarter. Lumamang na ang Phoenix dahil dun sa free throws na naibigay ni Tratter. Perkins. Oh, he's on fire!
He's got 21 points in the ball game. 10 dito sa third quarter. At ilang minuto pa lang.
We've only played a little over 4 minutes. Kapas ang lahatin. He's been on it there. Pero Barkley, yan talagang kailangan kaya mong gawin kung Barkley ang pangalan mo.
Sinabi na ni Bell kanina, gusto nilang i-box out. O subukan i-box out. I think they need to try a little bit harder. Or a lot harder.
There he is again, getting another rebound. Oh, he lost possession. Alam mo, it hasn't been a kind outing para kay CJ.
Yes.
Pero you have to appreciate the trust na binibigay ni Coach Patrick Aquino dito kay CJ.
Well, then, with the new coaching staff, right? Second conference para kay Coach Pat Aquino. Maghahanap ka talaga ng mga players that you will rely on.
Johnson's jumper, bottom of the net. Apat na ang laman ng Phoenix.
Oh.
RK?
Wow.
Paano naman siya nakalusot doon?
Parang all-stars lang yun eh. Umiikot sa mga cones eh.
Ginawang obstacle challenge yung depensa ng Phoenix. Theo using that screen mula kay Perkins. Pulling up, Tyler misses. Rebound taken by Barefield. Tatakbo ngayon ang mga bossing. Sedrick had to step on the brakes. Now it's Austria. Spinning pass, Rivero. Could not finish. And there's a foul whistle. Sino ang mapipituhan? Si Barkley. Ang natawagan ng foul doon.
Substitution for the Bossing during the game for CJ Austria. Substitution for the Masters.
Magdilin with his first appearance in today's ballgame. Second rather.
Already played a short stretch lang kasi kanina back in the first half. He wasn't really able to make his presence felt there. Let's see if this is a stronger outing for him. Theo, fouled by Ilagan. Mapapabilib ka dito kay RK because ang galing na that he's able to score as much as he does. Pero ang hirap din sabihin that he's an automatic liability on defense.
Even with being undersized, right? Lakas kasi ng katawan, hindi basta-basta mong maiiwanan.
I guess, wag mo lang hayaang mapostehan ng mga mas matatangkad na gwardya. Pero kung perimeter lang, like there, eventually had no other recourse but to foul Theo. It was pretty decent defensively. Ang challenge ngayon, Dom, for Blackwater, with 6 and 10 remaining, they're already in penalties.
Yes. At iisa pa lang ang foul ng Phoenix.
And let's remember that Phoenix, you mentioned this earlier, first half pa lang, kita na natin na nagka-capitalize yung Phoenix dun sa free throw line.
Yes. A lot of free throws given up. 13 of 18 in the first 24 minutes.
Panopio now, guarded by De Los Santos. Si Morel nasa kanto. Dalawang dating magkakampi sa UP. mid-air meeting. Isa si Rivero, but Johnson lost that basketball.
Timeout, Blackwater Bossing.
And that's gonna go back to the bossing, but not before this timeout requested by Coach Patrick Aquino. Magbabalik po ang inyong PBA.
Let's make it again simple run plays, Pare, you're going back again. You're getting frustrated. For what? Know your role. Don't get frustrated. Hey, make it simple again. Pass, go through, pare pass, go. Alright? Same thing. Small to small switch.
Now we can. With this room.
We can have that.
Coach Patrick Aquino and the Blackwater Bossing looking to bounce back from back-to-back losses. Yung mabigat na challenge nila ngayon, as you can see, Christian David, not in uniform. Nick the Muses, also nursing something in, is unavailable or has not played.
Chest pains, di ba?
Yeah.
Report kanina ni Bell dito kay Nick the Muses. But they're really missing itong si Christian David. Christian David can shoot from the outside, can post up, and help them with the rebounds.
Pero alam mo, this conference also has not been too productive para kay CD. Medyo siguro,
Lalo na yung expectation din kasi ng mga tao, right?
Totoo
Because of what we've seen, what he can do.
and he's a second overall pick,
Yes.
diba, in his draft class. I guess you can also say,
And the expectation is for you to get better and better. Diba?
absolutely, yung Cantrell Barkley may konting sapaw din naman talaga sa posisyon.
An offensive foul. Good defense by Tuffin.
Offensive foul on number 24, Caption Barkley. That's his second personal foul.
So just his second personal foul.
But both of those fouls actually committed here.
Offensive.
And dito
In
sa
the third quarter.
Third.
Yung isa kanina on the rebound play. Do you like the aggressiveness?
Turnovers. The Bossing have given up 10 of them.
That's just in this quarter, if I'm not mistaken.
Johnson, quick trigger, no good.
90 total na yun.
Pero kailangan talagang maingatan, may baba yung numero. O ma-prevent sa pagtaas pa yung numerong yun. Barefield, another rebound para kay Barkley. That guy has 21 rebounds already. Morel, that's off. And then Santos kumuha ng rebound. Players are actually falling on the ground. Santos on the other side. Johnson with the board. Losing it to Manilin. Almost taken away by Rivero. Thrown away by Blackwater. We were just talking about their turnovers.
And they haven't been able to connect from the outside. And that's the thing.
Pero 11 past halfway point of the third, is that an okay number to sa turnovers?
Not bad.
Parang not bad. Not bad. Not actually, lalo na kung malilimit mo pa moving forward.
Yes.
But just compared dun sa 6 lang ang tinapon ng Phoenix so far.
Well, yun na nga yan, ang average ng Phoenix, 18 turnovers a ball game. Itong Blackwater naman, ang average na is 12 turnovers a ball game. So, not bad in terms of the numbers, pero because the PBA now, teams have gotten so much better in terms of taking care of that basketball. Blackwater is number 3 in terms of turnovers. They only average, like I said, 11.8. Ang number 1 dyan, ang Converge with 10.5. So, you know, not bad, but it's not good para dito sa Blackwater kasi they don't necessarily turn the ball over that much.
Yeah, tsaka tuwing nag-turnover sila, yun yan, turnover points, nakakascore kadalasan ng Phoenix. 11 points off errors for the Fuel Masters. A great block by Barkley.
Substitution for Fuel Masters.
Coming off that conversion ni Ilagan dun sa kabila.
Francis Escandor.
Look at this move, RK. Parang dati, we're under the impression na if you want to be a scorer at RK side, kailangan shooter ka. Yes, it's true. Pero si RK hindi lang dun sa mga tira eh. I mean,
It's so impressive.
shots like that, atake pa rin kahit nakita na yung mga higante sa ilalim. Tuffin. Mamu has to take it. That's off. Oh, it's Manilin. Nakakita ng open court. He wants to attack. Santos was quick to recover. Ilagan to Barefield. Too tall on that pass.
So in position for the Blue Masters, Jason Perkins for Juan Santos.
And Barkley, medyo na-upset siya. You wanted a setup for him dun sa play na yun.
Gusto niya mabigyan siya dun sa post eh.
Perkins against Troy. Tuffin. Pinatalon muna si Barkley. De Los Santos, iwan kay Escandor. F losing it. Barefield this time, kontra kay Mamu. There's about 3 minutes left in the third. Ilagan for 3, no good.
Medyo matagal na tayong ipit dito.
And Dom, it was 6 and 10 kung sinabi natin that Blackwater entered penalty, but Phoenix hasn't exactly been able to capitalize. Well, now they draw foul.
Free throws once again.
Mamuya will have a chance for 2 free throws, looking to up his current total of 9 points. Pero may timeout muna tayo. We'll be back with more of your PBA.
Nag-message ako personal kay Mamu and I welcomed him and sinabi ko nga sa kanya na let's try our best, 'di ba? Kung ano yung pinakakaya natin, if kaya umabot ng finals, 'di ba? Aim for the best. Yung closest namin, especially me, Tyler and Gian, sabay-sabay kami nag-junior NBA before. Ngayon ko lang sila nakasama kasi Athenians sila. But I'm excited.
Grabe itong picture na to, 13 years apart. Pero yung ngiti ni Mamo, hindi
Pareho pa rin eh, no?
that electric smile. But it just goes to show you na the talent and the hard work, the training it requires to reach the PBA level.
Tsaka maganda, tuloy-tuloy, di ba? Yung pag-angat nila kung bata pa sila, kung what was it? Junior NBA, if I'm not mistaken. Yung picture na yun. Yep.
High school level pa lang. So they were...
Standout na sila noon. Standout pa rin hanggang ngayon.
Kumbaga at that young age pa lang. Siguro early teens nga yan. They were already... Everyone knew already that they were gonna be the future of Philippine basketball. Mamu now reaching double figures. Liman naman ng Phoenix. Meron pa tayong 2 and 40 left in the third. And the Fuel Masters, Dog, lagi sila maingat sa mga fouls nila.
Yes. Pero John, itong scoring natin has definitely slowed down in the past 4 minutes. 4 points pa lang itong Phoenix. Itong Blackwater man, 2 points pa lang.
Lalo na spoil tayo with a high-scoring second quarter where it was 34-31 in favor of Phoenix. Eh ngayon, we're only at 19-15 with 2.5 minutes remaining. Mamu, Kenneth Tuffin. Way short on that 3. Panopio. They want it with Barkley, pero Phoenix doing a good job making sure walang cross match na mangyayari. Panopio from the outside, no good. Perkins, forward pass, De Los Santos tumatakbo. Shea El Nabanga, and he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, they didn't have the numbers, but they had the aggressiveness to get to that basket and the foul. Makikita mo, nakababa yung Blackwater, right? That's 2-on-3, but Blackwater giving up that foul.
Jail De Los Santos. Nagpakilala sa PBA playing for the Converge Fiber Xers. And he was just a hard worker. He was someone who accepted every matchup na matapat sa kanya, would defend. Every now and then would hit a big shot. Now taking his talents to the Fuel Masters. Product of Jose Rizal University. 6 na ang lamang ng Phoenix. This is actually their biggest lead of the game. Kanina yung Blackwater lumamang ng shot. That was the biggest advantage of either team. May kapit sa shorts. Si Malilin. And that will send Perk to the free throw line.
Yes.
Holding foul on number 14, Troy Malilin, penalty, and his second personal foul.
Huling-huli nating referee yan.
Ayun, nakahawak nga naman talaga.
Usually, yan yung mga sinusubukan ng mga players itago sa referee. But yung kapit ni Troy nakatutok dun sa referee. Bel, anong balita?
Averaging 14 points, Perk wasn't aware that he's their leading local scorer. He said that at this point of his career, it's definitely not something he runs after, and he's only aware of his stats when his coaches call him out to fix something. Isa na dyan yung 1 out of 6 3-pointers niya in their loss against Rain or Shine. And because of this disappointment, he dialed in on his outside shooting in practice, really making time knowing and anticipating that it will be a game changer tonight. Gentlemen.
33 years old. And to see Jason Perkins enter the PBA in 2017 as the 4th overall pick. And he's one of those lifers.
Yes.
Si Coach Jolly Escobar, meron niyang soft spot for those people, those players who spend their entire careers.
Si Coach Jolly?
Organization. May soft spot siya para doon kasi hindi siya ganun.
Oh my.
Kung nanonood ka man, Coach Jolly. Hindi, alam ko mataas respeto.
Pero may soft spot din tayo para kay Coach Jolly.
Siyempre.
Nakakatuwang kasama niyan kahit saan.
But imagine, yung pag-grow ng role ni Perkins. When he was a rookie in 2017, malaki naman na talaga agad yung role niya. Tinitingnan na siya agad as the go-to guy. Pero ang dami pang veteranong dumaan alongside him. Matthew Wright was there with him at some point. Nagkaroon ng Calvin Abueva, may Jeff Chan pa.
Yep. That's like RJ Azul as well.
Yeah, pero ngayon, siya na talaga yun. Siya na yung kuya, yung veterano, yung tito. Itong mga mas batang kakampi.
I'm talking about free throws. 19 of 27 for Phoenix. Itong Blackwater really trailing behind. 5 of 7.
Mamuyak now, collecting more free throws. He's up to 12 points now. 6 dun, galing sa free throw line. He's 6 for 6. Now we talk about Kenneth Tuffin. Kala natin, ang ganda ng start niya, 2-3 agad, but hindi na nadagdagan.
Hindi pa.
Tama, hindi pa ulit nadagdagan. But let's talk about Mamu. This is actually his first double-digit performance in terms of scoring para sa Phoenix. I know a lot of them coming from the free throw line, pero mas nakikita na nga natin na mas nagiging komportable.
Okay lang yan, right? Even if it's coming from the free throw line, nakita natin yung mga layup niya. But that means he's, figuring out the system for Phoenix.
Mendoza, labas sa kanto kay Malilin. 3 doesn't go. Oh, look at Jed! Popping up that miss. Muntik pang makaagaw.
Well, Mendoza, whenever he's in there, he's giving not even 100%, not 110, parang 200% na eh.
Yeah, and that's why he has found a space in this league. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Anima naman ng Phoenix. They have limited Blackwater to just 19 points so far in the third quarter. Mamuyak throws it up. Wala. Rebound, Tuffin. Nasapal ni Una, but it will stay with the Fuel Masters.
Shot clock at 13 seconds.
Escandor mag-i-inbound by the baseline. Mamu. Natapik yung pasa niya. They recovered. Tuffin had to go. Shot clock was winding down. At tinamaan yun. Mamu with the steal. De Los Santos naagaw din sa kanya. They're trying to pressure Ilagan, but ang daming gwardiya nito.
Saka gusto kong bawiin ni De Los Santos eh.
Anopio out to Mendoza. That's a very
Good
smart
foul.
foul.
Very good foul.
Holding foul on number 18, Francis Escandor, as his personal foul, 14 foul on the Fuel Masters.
Escandor gives that one up. Ang ganda nung timing nun, just leaving 1.8 seconds, and they actually have one more to give. Ilagan! Muntik na yung 4 pumasok, but falls off. Phoenix still ahead by 6 entering the fourth.
In the end, after 12 more minutes, itong Phoenix extending their lead now by 6 points.
KB has had a dominant game. Kita nyo naman yung double-double niyan. 24 and 22. Pero si BJ Johnson hindi rin nagpapaiwan. Trying to help Phoenix as much as he can with plays like this, getting out in transition. Fast break actually. Doon namamayagpag itong Fuel Masters. They got highlights like this mula kay Richie Rivero. And then, ito pang si Jason Perkins. Showing us that he is young as ever, and the lean lefty has been on a tear. Grabe yung kanyang third quarter. Torching Blackwater with 12 points in the third quarter alone.
Well, Perkins and Mamuyak are the two guys that did the damage para dito sa Phoenix. Kalaban itong Blackwater. Down by 6 itong Blackwater. We see that the aggressiveness has definitely napuntayan dito sa Phoenix. Blackwater not able to do that. They need some points from KB. KB scoring for Blackwater now. Going all the way to the basket once again.
Alam mo, lakas talaga ng katawan nito eh.
Oo eh.
Tuffin was all over him. But di pa rin napigilan. Apat na lang ulit. Hinahabol ng Bossing. Escandor thinking about it. Up against Panopio. Now it's Mamuyak. Two seconds left. Tuffin had to take it. It's a miss. And Ilagan collecting rebound number 4. Arcade. Difficult shot, no problem.
RK Ilagan. He's got 17 points now in the ball game. We talk about him also being in great shape. Itong dalawang to, parang pwede bang 48 minutes sila na KB eh, di ba?
Totoo. Escandor draws that foul on Panopio.
Pushing foul on number 9, Panopio.
The biggest lead that Phoenix has enjoyed in this game is 8 points. Yung pinakamalaking lamang naman ng Blackwater is 9. So ganyan po ang kwento natin. Neither team has led by double digits. Every run has been met by a counter run, Dom.
Well, nakita natin kanina, diba? In the third quarter, it was Phoenix making that run. Now Blackwater inching closer.
And these missed free throws for Phoenix not helping their cause. I mean, ang dami naman nilang free throw attempts, but still, that's 10 misses already para sa Fuel Masters.
Talking about free throws, 11 of 15 in the third quarter. John, 11 of the 24 points ang galing sa free throw line.
Eh si Mamuyak pa lang, di ba? And Perkins.
Yes.
7 na agad between the two of them. Bell, what do you have?
The Bossing's need to play better defense was once again highlighted by Coach Pat in their last huddle. He got frustrated with their lack of communication that led to mismatches and them getting into early penalty in the third quarter. Offensively, he also aired out disappointment with how they're not attacking, kaya hindi sila nakakuha ng trips to the line. He wants to see a better screen so KB can attack the rim. Gentlemen.
You know what? I love that from Coach Pat because minsan, no, nakikita natin coaches point to the free throw count to point out disparity sa mga tawagan ng referees. But here, it's Coach Pat telling his guys, hey, tayo nagkukulang. Kulang tayo sa atake.
Kasi kung hindi ka umatake, hindi ka mapafoul, di ba?
You can't expect to be fouled sa labas all the time.
Di ba, one of the rules in basketball is you don't foul a jump shooter.
Yes,
or a jump shot,
exactly.
right? So that's something that, you know, we've been taught all throughout.
Mendoza, oh, it looks like he hurt his foot. Ched had to limp out of the paint. 2 seconds to shoot for Barefield. Naagaw na ng Phoenix. Rivero, iwan ulit kay Tio. And they finish through the foul. There's that connection that started 13 years ago.
Remember, fast break points, yung sinabi natin na lamang nitong Phoenix in the first 2 quarters. Tuloy-tuloy pa rin yan dito sa ating fourth quarter.
Yan ang ating play of the game brought to you by Sports Plus. The connection between Rivero and Dio giving Phoenix a 7-point lead. You're still watching the PBA 50th Season Governor's Cup on RPTV. John Sulit po together with Dominic Uy and Bel Gregorio. Ang nagtatapat ngayon, Phoenix versus Blackwater on your first game of the week. Unang laro ng aming Tuesday doubleheader dito sa RPTV. Hello rin sa mga nanonood sa ating One Sports YouTube channel. Thank you for your continued support for the PBA. Etong si Tyler Tio. Right before the timeout, finished a fast break attack ng Phoenix. Meron pa siyang chance to complete a 3-point play.
Just so many free throws being given up by Blackwater. 33 free throws and at the end of 36 minutes, 24 of 33 for a 73% clip for Phoenix from the free throw line. Eh sila naman, they've only got to the line 9 times after 3 quarters.
That's true. So right now, that's a difference of 18 made free throws.
Hindi pa yun, Rob. 2 signs yun, diba? Being aggressive, fast break, and then getting to the line. 2 signs yun of effort as well.
That's absolutely correct. This time, Rivero, nanap naman si Perkins. Ilaga nakakuha na naman ng rebound. He's off and running. Kay Austria, hinihingi ni Barkley. He wants to take on Berg. KB.
That's a foul on Perkins.
May hatak daw sa bewang. Well, itong si Cantrell Barkley, almost, here in the second half at least, almost single-handedly putting Blackwater on his broad shoulders and making sure they stay within striking distance. May tulong naman from the locals, like RK Ilagan, pero medyo panaka-naka lang yung tulong na kukuha. Missing guy perhaps now for Blackwater is Sedrick Barefield.
For sure.
He stayed on the floor, but he's only been able to produce 8 points in about 33.5 minutes and just 4 for 16 from the field.
And hasn't gone to the free throw line.
Very unlike Sedrick Barefield. Pero alam mo, meron din yung ability to suddenly just explode.
Oh yeah, for sure. Pero so far, ang palabigasan nila si RK Ilagan tsaka itong kanilang import na si KB.
Traveling called on Balungay. Five-point game. Di na rin naman agad kinontest ni Balungay yung pitong yun. Ilagan naghanap ng tulong. Barefield open from the corner. Still could not knock it
And
down.
that time, that was open.
Rivero. Couple of fakes. Richie, no good. Balungay underneath.
Working hard for that.
Holding foul on number 17, CJ Austria. It's his 5th personal foul, 13 foul for Bossing.
Alam mo doon, parang dito sa loob, di pa natin masyado ramdam, but it could be raining very, very hard
malakas sa labas.
May konti lang mga tumutulo into the court, and we just want to make sure that the play court is safe para sa ating mga
for
players.
Sure. Ayaw natin makita na may mga injured na ganyan, diba?
Under 8 minutes to go in regulation. Rivero, masyado malakas.
How many rebounds is
25 pa lang naman. 25. I don't know if there was anyone after Greg Smith ng Blackwater before who got to 30 rebounds, but I remember Greg Smith getting a 30-30 here in the PBA.
Barkley just doing his damage
Ito do,
continuously.
na-check niya na yung 30 points. That was his 30th point. He's 5 rebounds away
Away
from
from
a 30.
30-30. Yep.
Wow. Rivero gauging his attack. Balungay. Back to Richie. Falling away. Tapos, but Balungay was there. Wrong place at the wrong time. Si Barefield, he gets whistled for a foul.
But Balungay will always go for that offensive rebound. Need to put a body on him.
I also remember that game where Kai Balungay had 30 points and 15 rebounds. One of his biggest stat lines ever.
Shot clock at 14 seconds.
Ten on the shot clock para sa Fuel Masters. Johnson. Gustong magingay. Oh, a difficult jumper. Pasok pa rin.
That's only his 15th point in the ballgame. Hindi kinailangan kasi may mga katulong siya eh.
Bang limang field goal niya pa nga yan eh. Just 13 attempts. Ito ngayon si Barefield. He has to start making his presence felt. He's gonna shoot over Rivero. Wala pa rin. 0 for 7 from downtown is Sedrick.
Not a good shooting night for him.
Body splashing. At ganun kalakas yung katawan ni RK Ilagan.
Number 0, RK Ilagan.
Yung import na pinabagsak niya.
15 foul for Bossing.
Eh, nakita mo ba yung hita nitong si RK Ilagan? Galit na galit eh.
Alam mo, perfect description yun. Mamuya. That's what we're talking about. kay RK, kahit pinostehan na siya ni Mamuyak who's, what, at least 6 inches taller than him, hindi pa rin madali to capitalize on
That's
it.
a hold on Trotter.
And a boom. Got caught there, trying to lock Mamu. You know, understandably, medyo na full frustrated to Blackwater. They were up earlier, di ba?
Yeah.
They seemed like they were in control. But I also think it's a good metric for this team. Now you're starting to get frustrated because you know that you're better than the way you're performing.
Ayun ang dapat, and you don't stop playing. And that's why very important itong si Kentrell Barkley, that he's able to lead by example.
Now Mamuyak hit a shot for Phoenix on one end, pero posibleng matawagan ng Anspo on the other. Pumasok pa yung kanyang tres. This is for a three-pointer also.
Nabagsakan ba yung paa? Well, just an 8-point lead by Phoenix. Blackwater has not been able to knock down those outside shots. Barefield having a horrible shooting night. Not Sedrick Barefield numbers. He's got 7 points and hasn't scored yet here in the second half.
Let's take a look at it one more time.
Seems like there was contact with sa paa ni Mamu.
Yeah, ang tanong also is, are they gonna say that's legitimate contest? Ang mahirap din kasi dun sa term na legitimate contest is it's up to the discretion, di ba? Of the officials.
Yes.
Kumbaga, it's not black and white per se.
Dati sinubukan natin gawin black and white, but it's always difficult.
Yeah, for sure. Look at this, Richie Rivero. As we know, nalimitahan to just 13 minutes against Rain or Shine. Ngayon, di pa rin ganun kaganda yung in terms of offense.
But at least the minutes he's there, you want him to be able to, be on the floor. Masalo siya walang bilang pag nakaupo eh.
Totoo. And you can feel yung ambag niya in other ways,
Yes,
right?
It's not like he's not trying. Right? And tignan natin rin kung ilang assist itong si Richie Rivero.
Rivero currently has 7 assists. You're
There
right.
you go.
8 rebounds, 7 assists. He also has a steal and 2 blocks and 0
So parang
turnovers.
Scottie Thompson numbers.
Actually,
Right?
Yeah. Hilagan. Towing Blackwater back by a bit.
Oh, what a pass. Another assist.
And Rivero playing quarterback para sa Phoenix. Hilagan shooting over Mamu. That's way
See,
off.
that's the problem with Blackwater. Yung ikot na yung bola eh, diba?
They start to become predictable late in the game.
Foul number 2, Sedrick Barefield penalty. It's his 4th personal foul.
And it's the same problem that Coach Pat Aquino addressed earlier as reported by Bell. Ang aga na namang nag-penalty nitong Blackwater.
That and, he felt that the ball did not move in that game against Barangay Ginebra. You can see it once again here.
Pwede pa mag-triple-double to si Richie, ha? 7 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Ayan, pag hindi mo isama yung field goals, ang ganda eh. Yun lang talaga. The shots haven't exactly been falling for Richie.
Palitan na lang ng ibang statistic.
Meron pa nga 2 blocks yan eh. Kahit lagay mo yung 0 turnovers, it's impressive. Mamu on the move. And there he goes. Phoenix now putting up the first double-digit lead of the game, 94-83. Again, Dom, it's coming from defense. Yan ang ating GAC game-changing play brought to you by GAC.
Pare, go here, let them come up, or go KB, instead of staying up here. Pare, get it this up, so you beat the corner. When you make this pass, pare, corner, attack, 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 attack. Attack to the basket, guys. Guys, it's just a matter of how you get back. You're all frustrated for nothing. Come on. Huh, guys? Come on, guys. Everything that we're doing here.
Gian Mamuya, I mean, understandably, there was a lot of pressure nung kalaban nila, Dom, yung former team niya, rain or shine. I'm sure na may ibang feeling, di ba? Especially,
Kakaiba, parang naninibago, hindi mo maintindihan, kalaban mo yung mga kakampi mo dati.
and then sometimes, you wait a week, a few weeks,
Yes.
you must, ito, a few days lang kalaban niya agad eh. But, mukhang he's starting to feel at home because this is Gian Mamuya, conference high and highest scoring output as a Phoenix
Yeah.
Viewmaster.
Well, the good thing is, yung kay Coach Charles naman, yung mga set plays na are, give him opportunities to be able to score. And then, he's also making plays for himself, like off the stop and then he's going on the fast break.
Alam mo, si Mamu matagal na rin namang nasusubaybay ni Coach Charles yung laro niya. Oh, Barefield starting to hit now.
9 points in the ball game. His first field goal here in the second half.
This could be a start of something para sa Blackwater. But they need to stop. Johnson teaming up with Rivero. Richie has 8 assists. This time he looks for 4. Front of the rim. Ilagan. And they get it to Austria.
See, I like what Ilagan did that time. Did not force the shot. Saw that he was, because sa dami nang pinuntos niya, yung defense nag-collapse sa kanya. Last second, gave it up to his teammate. Got 2 points.
4 na assist para kay RK. 8 puntos naman para kay Austria. Johnson. That elbow jumper is his money maker.
And it's simple, right? Makita mo, nobody able to challenge that shot. Seemed a little bit too easy if your coach, Pat Aquino, hindi mo gusto yun.
Actually, kanina pa yun, barely any resistance when Johnson tries to take his jumpers there.
Timeout Phoenix Super LPG Viewmasters.
You see it here. Rivero, the handoff. Sibling.
Hindi hard challenge.
And Phoenix reinstills another 9-point lead with under 4 minutes left. We'll be back. Muli nating balikan yung ating team standings. Again, it's split into 2 groups for the Governor's Cup.
Well, Group B, itong ating focus, Phoenix at 3-1, coming off a loss. Meralco 2-2, Blackwater 2-2, Rain or Shine at 2-2. So dikit-dikit din ang ating Group B.
Tapos ito yung susunod na 3 laro ng Phoenix. Blackwater ulit. Tapos Rain or Shine and Magnolia.
They will also end up with 7 games. Diba? 8 games ito. Kasama ito, diba?
Now, this is their last game of the first round.
No, but before the break.
Oh, before the break.
Before the break.
Trying to shoot. Barkley puts it up. Almost got the 4. Are we seeing tinatamaan na rin ng bago din si Kendra Barkley?
He's been doing a fantastic job. Sinasabi natin kailangan ng tulong dun sa kanilang mga locals.
He hasn't gotten a rebound in a long time.
He's gotten help from RK Ilagan. guys like Barefield not able to put the points on the board that they hoped for, and Dalf Panopio as well, who had 15 points, 2 rebounds and 3 assists in that game against Barangay Ginebra.
So yun yung nangyari when Barkley pressured itong si Johnson. Barefield. Ito Ilagan. RK. He was fouled by Mamuya.
Foul on number 5, Gian Mamuya. That's the second personal foul, third team foul for the Blue.
The way Blackwater started in the first quarter, parang that run, may sagot itong Phoenix every time. And the runs have not been long. Other than either nakakasagot itong Phoenix in terms of play and then they get to the free throw line, or nakakatawag ng timeout itong si Coach Charles.
Alam mo, titingnan mo talaga tong numbers and numbers alone. Una talaga magpa-pop out sa box score sa stat sheet is the free throws. The free throws. Kung makes lang ang pag-uusapan, meron pa mga actually marami pang minintis ang Phoenix, but in terms of makes, plus 15 agad. Ito Fubo Masters. Austria will spin towards the basket, stopped by Tuffin. Ilagan. Mahirap na tira. And Mamu was drenched all over him.
And wisely setting it up and using the clock itong Phoenix.
They actually don't have a natural point guard on the floor, but Rivero and Mamuya have done a good job orchestrating the unit. Johnson. Excellent defense by Barefield, pero na-recover pa ni BJ.
You like what Rivero did. Nakita niya, okay, may chance na mabigyan ng bola itong si Johnson. Gave it up to Johnson so that it was Barefield against him.
And Austria will foul out, Dom, on an offensive foul. Na si Tuffin na naman na nakadraw. Look at this. Okay na na-block na yung una.
But parang alam niya na mabablock niya. And that's why he blinak out naman niya itong si Barefield to be able to get that basketball. Well, that's the second offensive foul na nakakuha na nitong si Tuffin.
And this time, that fouls Austria out of this game. Tapos may iba pang mga in-foul trouble para dito sa Blackwater.
Barefield as well with 5 personal fouls.
Ilagan also has 5. Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus. Perkins missing. Medyo tumahimik na si Perk dito sa fourth quarter, pero may iba namang mga kakamping nag-pick up.
Barkley trying to get to the free throw line, trying to be aggressive. I mean, it's only 11 points. Remember, this is what, three possessions lang yan.
Just to answer my own question earlier, hindi pa pagod si Barkley. Hindi pa. Inuunahan mo kasi. Oh, baka lang naman. It's a huge performance for him. 31 points now. Perfect 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Made 25 assists. 25 rebounds, I should say. 2 assists and 2 steals. Blackwater within 9.
Putting some pressure. They can force a turnover here.
Ngayon, nagpasok na ng Guardia si Coach Charles. Tyler Teo. Perkins has it against Stratter. Johnson shoots over Panopio. And that will be a shot clock violation. A stop committed by, stop gotten by Blackwater. A minute and 21 seconds remaining in the first game of your Tuesday PBA doubleheader. Hingi muna ng timeout ang Blackwater Dogs.
Si Coach Pat wanted to be able to get something big. because he knows that this could make or break this ball game for them now.
Are you immediately looking for a 3 or a 4 or not necessarily?
Nope. You want to be able to go possibly to your import down low. Right? Because you could get a 3 or a 4.
Actually, no. Lalo na sa lakas ng pangangatawan nito, Barkley.
You can get a three-point play there. Or, pag nag-collapse yung defense, kick it out, and then get a 4-point shot.
Panopio, Barefield, Ilagan, and Tratter complimenting Kentrell Barkley on the floor for the white shirts. Sedrick Barefield, 5 of 19 from the field, 0 of 7. So yung pumasok niya pala kaninang tira sa kanto, he was on the line, stepping on the line. Ito na nga yung sinasabi mo, they went to their import.
So just down by 7, itong Blackwater.
There's that pressure in the backcourt.
Yun ang kagandahan na meron kang Jason Perkins, kaya magbaba ng bola.
Now they get it to Rivero, who has 9 assists. Richie, this time will score.
So quick, giving that strong side of Richie Rivero.
10 points now for Rivero. Barefield tapped away by Mamu. Punta ulit sila kay Tratter sa ilalim. Abu tried to drop it off to Barkley. And Barkley finishing through the foul.
Just down by 7. If he makes his free throw, they'll only be down by 6.
Humihinga pa ang Blackwater. The margin of error is very slim. But they're fighting.
And this is what you want to see if you're Coach Pat Aquino, the entire coaching staff, and the management. Na lumalaban itong Blackwater.
Kita mo yung stat line na yun. 36 and 25. A ridiculous line.
I was gonna say, hindi pa nga nagmimintis sa free throw.
Nilabas kasi natin. Half a minute left. Blackwater needs a stop. Phoenix. A basket here. Could be the dagger. Rivero loses it.
That hit the foot of Abu.
And eventually a turnover para sa Phoenix. 16.6 seconds left. Blackwater will take possession.
Just down by 7. 16.6 seconds left. Tough, but still there is a chance para din sa Blackwater. Now you want to look at the 4-point shot. Now you want to look at a 3. Kasi hindi pa nagsusunod-sunod yung tira nitong Blackwater. Question is though, guys like Sedrick Barefield who haven't been able to connect all game long, will he have it in him to be able to make that shot?
Though we were talking about Richie Rivero na na-inject in their previous game. 13 minutes lang na laro. We knew that he was gonna come into this game. Gigil makabawi.
Ang ganda naman ng bawi nitong si Richie Rivero. 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists so far for Richie Rivero sa maharapan ng dalawang block.
Tsaka nung isang napakagandang takdak na siguradong makikita natin sa top 5 plays of the week. Yung mga ganun takdak, nasanay tayo na nanggagaling lang yung mga ganun sa import. But we've welcomed the new wave of athletes into the PBA. Iba na yung talento, iba na yung athleticism. And pati sa mga imports. Guys like Kentrell Barkley, we welcome that. The new flavor that the PBA is seeing.
Kaya pag nanonood ka ng NBA Slam Dunk competition, parang ang dami na nating nakita. Di ba? Na dunk nakakaiba. People now are jumping over cars, right?
That's insane. But it's true. Mintis si Barkley and that might be it. RK Lagan is also fouled out of the game. Gave that one up, and it's a matter of, barring any miracle, it might be a matter of final score na lang hinihintay natin. Now Johnson It wasn't the best ball game para dito sa import ng Phoenix. Still finishes. Will finish above 20 points. May 21 siya ngayon. May 11 rebounds din. It was the locals who did it.
Oh, for sure. You know, Phoenix, you could see that, you know, wanted to come back, bounce back with a win. 3-1 nga itong Phoenix, winning their first 3 games against Magnolia, Meralco, and Barangay Ginebra. Mabibigat lahat yun, ha? And then losing to Rain or Shine in their previous game.
Bago naman mag-foul out, ito si RK was able to put up 20 points. Another strong performance para sa kanya.
Substitution for the Blue Masters. Santos for BJ Johnson.
Coach Charles will pull out his import. They might play for a basket just for quotient purposes, but hindi na papasok yung tira ni Panopio. That final buzzer will signal that the final score is 102-93 in favor of the Fuel Masters.
Well, Phoenix doing enough. You know, we talked about them having the effort, talked about them being aggressive. They got a lot of fast break points. They got a lot of times that they got to the free throw line. And you gotta love what they did.
Lalong-lalo na. Ito si Jason Perkins, who is our player of the game, brought to you by Sports Plus.
25 points, 6 rebounds, 9 of 14 from the field, and then 6 of 7 pa from the free throw line. At ang wala sa stat sheet, yung pagbantay niya dun sa import at dun sa malalaki ng kanilang kalaban in Blackwater. He doesn't look at the stat line, but tayo, tumitingin tayo ng stat line. And yeah, Jason Perkins, our best player of the game.
So unfortunately for Blackwater, that's 3 straight losses para sa kanila. Ang Phoenix naman, after suffering their first loss of the conference, nakabawi tonight with a 102-93 win over the Bossing. That will do it for us. For my partners, Dominic Uy and Bel Gregorio, for our production and technical teams, Judd Sulit po. Thanking you for watching the PBA on RPTV, but don't go anywhere. Meron pang second game. That's going to be TNT versus Converge, only here on RPTV.
Congratulations to our player of the game, Jason Perkins. We know you don't like looking at your personal stats. So taking that away, and aside from the victory, what tells you right now that tonight is a good Jason Perkins game?
Just communication. All of our teammates are staying positive. Everybody's talking to each other, especially having KT out there. He's such a great teammate. He's talking to everybody, so that makes such a huge difference.
Speaking of teammates, Gian Mamuyak actually finished a conference high. How has it been like sharing the floor with him, and what does he bring to the Phoenix team?
I love Gian. He plays hard and he plays very fast, but other than that, he's a super nice guy. Super, super great guy, so it's great having him around as well.
I'm sure you have a lot of people to greet. Go ahead and give a message, Perk.
My family, all the PBA fans, Fred, Get Better, Luna, Mari, and my family, but yeah, everybody out there supporting. And I don't know who that was, but I know it's Calvin. Was that Calvin? And Calvin.
Thank you so much, Perk. Let's now hear from Coach Charles Chu.
Thanks.
We are now live with Phoenix coach Charles Chu after winning over Blackwater. Coach, congratulations. You managed to pull away around the fourth quarter. How tough is it facing this Blackwater team despite their 2-game losing streak?
Under really a different team right now under Coach Pat. He's done a really good job. And they're believing in each other. They're playing hard. They're playing fast. I think one of our goals was to stop them from running their transition offense, and we were able to do that. I mean, credit the guys. We were able to get some stops. You know, it was tough, but we battled. You know, we didn't give up. We got enough stops when it mattered, and we were able to eke out the win.
Oras na balikan yung laban ng Phoenix at ng Blackwater. Dalawang teams na naghahanap ng bawi dahil parehong galing sa mga talo. Nagsimula yung first quarter with Blackwater actually stepping on that gas pedal early.
Oh, you like the start of Blackwater. That was 14-5. Makita natin yung ikot ng bola. Yun yung kulang sa kanila against Barangay Ginebra. And they were able to get to that good start.
And we were talking about yung palitan ng mga run dito because after a timeout, ito yung sagot ng Phoenix. That rim rattler mula kay Balongay that sparked an 11-2 run.
That first 6 minutes belonged to Blackwater. Pero yung sumunod nun, ito na. Phoenix coming na down, making the stops, getting on the fast break, anticipating those passing lanes, and then a highlight by Richie Rivera.
Back-to-back na dakdak para sa Phoenix. And that really brought life back to the Fuel Masters. Pati si Richie Rivero na gustong bumawi kasi against Rainer siya, na-eject yan. But Blackwater also had something to say. Run for run nga naging tema natin throughout this ball game. Actually, Bossing pa lumamang by 2 points at the end of the first.
Well, a lot of the fast break points really coming from Phoenix. But in the end, yung field goal shooting ng Blackwater in the first quarter is what got them the lead.
Jason Perkins, at 33 years old, pinapakita na marami pang kayang ibuga. Pero na-challenge din ito si Kentrell Barkley. Did his thing for the Blackwater Bossing.
Their import was again providing solid numbers. Sabi niya gusto niya maging leader and he definitely led the energy level para dito sa Blackwater and the numbers.
How about this? Vintage Mamu now showing up for Phoenix though.
Finally getting more comfortable dun sa sistema nitong Phoenix, getting on the fast break, doing Mamu things.
Yung second quarter was a high-scoring affair and it was taken by Phoenix, leading that by halftime. Tapos si Perk nagpaulan na to in the third quarter, scoring 12 points in that period alone.
Well, the third quarter definitely belonged to Jason Perkins. Pero itong si RK Ilagan, you talk about a local really trying to lift and help itong Blackwater. Ilagan coming to life as well.
He had 20 points in the game. Ito namang si Mamu, his highest output as a Fuel Master, scoring 18 in this game. Tinulungan niya magkaroon ng 6-point lead ang Phoenix entering the fourth quarter.
Oh, this fourth quarter, you could see Jason Perkins, hindi pa tapos. He wanted to do more damage. Doesn't matter kung import ang kalaban niya. Jason Perkins posting him up one-on-one, getting the 2 points.
He was clearly in that zone that players always look for. Tapos, Barefield, this was one of the very few conversions he had in this game. Siya talaga yung medyo missing para sa Blackwater.
Definitely not a good shooting night for him, Sedrick Barefield. They need him to get out of that slump, get some points on the board.
And then Richie Rivera with the icing on the cake. He also finished with 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. Pero the best player of the game was Jason Perkins na nagtapos with 25 points and 6 boards. Nanalo ang Phoenix 102-93 over Blackwater. And that does it para sa aming first game offering for my partners Dominic Uy and Bel Gregorio. For our production and technical teams, my name is Jot Sulit. Thanking you for watching the PBA on RPTV. Meron pang second game, TNT versus Converge. And you're watching the PBA Season 50 Governor's Cup on RPTV, powered by Sports 5.